Hi children, so we are back with the class and we have started the other day. It's 9th lesson, The Bond of Love, written by Kenneth Anderson. And the characters, the main characters are, the first and foremost important character is Bruno, that is the baby sloth bear, and then our narrator and his wife. Am I right? So the narrator started his narration saying that we were traveling in a car across the sugarcane fields near Mysore. So when he said that we were traveling, so we will need to assume that he was traveling with some other companions but not his wife, because he started the sentence, you all remember that it was Bruno and he gifted the sloth bear to his wife by an accident. It's like not a planned gift. Then immediately the next sentence followed by saying that we were traveling one day. So usually we assume that maybe he was traveling along with his wife, but now we could come to know that no, it was not his wife along with him traveling, but there were other companions who were traveling. So as you all know what the thing happened, and also there were wild pigs which were being shot dead. Unfortunately, the mother sloth bear also was shot dead, and that's how our narrator, being we all need to assume that animal lover or kind-hearted person, he had to take the baby sloth bear along. So now let's see what happens. So get ready with your textbooks and also running notes, children. Open it, page number 114 now, and we are starting paragraph 5. We put it in one of the gunny bags we had brought, and when I got back to Bangalore, I duly presented it to my wife. She was delighted. She at once put a colored ribbon around its neck, and after discovering the cub was a boy, she christened it Bruno. So, as soon as he could take the baby sloth bear, immediately what did he do? He put it in the gunny bag. Gunny bag is a very big bag. Usually we see the sacks, the rice and wheat and all, you get it in a big sack of 25 kgs, 50 kgs. Yes, that's called a gunny bag. So they put the baby sloth bear in a gunny bag and carried to Bangalore. So now we will need to understand that our narrator belongs to Bangalore and he travelled to Mysore on his some official work or formal work. While coming back to his town, city, Bangalore, this incident happened, whereas he had to take the baby sloth bear along, putting it in a gunny bag. And what did he do after returning Bangalore? He had gifted the same thing to his wife. Then what was the reaction of the narrator's wife, children? She was delighted. She was so happy. She was, she was looking so blissful as soon as she looked at the baby sloth bear. Then immediately what did she do? Immediately she took a very colorful ribbon and she tied it around its neck. But then she realized that it's not a baby girl, but it's a baby boy. So it's a male young sloth bear. Then immediately she christened him as Bruno. Christened is nothing but naming. It's called christening in Christianity. Naming somebody. So naming ceremony and all we do it officially, formally, like a big celebration for the children and all, young children, right? Similarly, she has christened. So when she realized that this baby was a boy, a sloth bear, she named him as what, children? Bruno. That's our main character, right? Yes. Now let's see what happens. Bruno soon took to drinking milk from a bottle. So as it was a very young sloth bear, very young baby boy of a sloth bear, then it started drinking milk with the support of the milk bottle. It started drinking milk with the help of the milk bottle. It was but a step further, and within a very few days he started eating and drinking everything else. So within no time, usually you see these children, the growth is very rapid in animals because their lifespan is not too long. So that's the reason you will observe the growth of animals is very rapid, very quickly they grow. So within no time, as the young baby sloth bear, it started taking the milk with the help of the bottle. But very soon, within no time, it started drinking and eating everything else. In the sense like it started eating and drinking everything. Now you will wonder to see the list of the things what it eats and drinks now. You can also please make a note of it. And everything is the right word. So he used, it started eating and drinking everything, the word he used. So he says that I am actually using the word because now you will come to know what is it eating and drinking. For he ate, so he started eating what? Porridge. Porridge is like, cereal food. Like these days we are eating oatmeal and all no kind of things, porridge. Made from any ingredients. Any ingredient, any combination. It eats porridge also. Then all the vegetables, fruits, nuts, meat, especially pork. It likes pork especially. Curry and rice regardless of condiments and chilies. Rice, like whenever we cook the food and all, no, with the like curries and dal or sambar or whatever we make it, we put a lot of spices in it. So condiments is nothing but like mixture of spices. So having chilies in auto, like also it used to eat. So the spicy food which has got even the spices and also chilies also it used to eat. Bread, eggs, chocolates, sweets, pudding. Oh my God, see the list children. Ice creams, etc, etc, etc. So it does mean that there is no ending. So all the eatables, all the drinkables, it started consuming. That's the reason. What is the word he used there? Everything. So it started eating everything. And as far as drink is concerned, so these are all the things eatables, right? So now let's come to see the list of the drinks what it used to consume, drinking. Milk, tea, coffee, lime juice, aerated water. Aerated water we can just take it as a soda. Usually, it's called like water which has got gas in it. Any gas is filled. So we can take it as soda. So it started taking lime juice, soda, coffee, tea, milk, whatnot, buttermilk. Even it has started consuming beer and alcohol also. Oh my God. Liquor even. In fact, anything in liquid, it all went down with relish. So it used to relish, the word is used, with a lot of interest. Take a lot of interest, when you eat something, when you drink something, that is called relishing the food, we say. Enjoy. You enjoy the taste of the food is called relishing. You relish your mom's made food. You are all relishing right now. Yes, it's relishing is enjoying the taste of the food. So whatever the food is served to it, it can be the eatable or drinkable also. It used to really relish. So the list of eatables and drinkables are already given, and please make a note of them also. You will definitely see the question about this. Then the bear became very attached to our two Alsatian dogs and to all the children of the tenants living in our bungalow. So we will need to understand that our narrator also has got two Alsatian dogs. Even Alsatian dogs are big in size and they look wild. They really safeguard the house. So he also has got two Alsatian dogs. So within no time, this baby sloth bear got very compatible with, very friendly with these two Alsatian dogs, and not only two dogs but also there were tenants also. So their house, part of house has been let out to the tenants, where the tenants used to live there on rent. So even those children also were very much attached to Bruno. He was left quite free in his younger days and spent his time in playing, running into the kitchen and going to sleep in our beds. So as it was a baby bear and its size was not that big, then it used to run across, run here and there in the house from hall to kitchen to bedroom and all. Then once it is tired and once it is so sleepy, it used to immediately jump onto the beds of our narrator and it used to happily sleep there. But one day an accident befell him. So it had to face one, befell in the sense, unfortunately, he had to experience one accident, ill incident. What happened there? I put down poison, that is barium carbonate. Please underline, children, what is the poison he kept and for what? Our narrator kept a poison, that is barium carbonate, to kill the rats and mice. So he thought of killing all the rats, rats. Rats and mice, there is no difference. Rats, like plural form of rats. Rat is rats and mouse is mice, right? So he thought of killing them because they got into his library, spoiling all his books. Then he brought the poison to kill the rats, which was spoiling his library and the books. Then Bruno entered the library, as he often did, and he ate some of the poison. So very unfortunately, as Bruno, being an animal, it could not really realize what is it eating also, and it ate a part of that poison which he brought it to kill the rats. Then paralysis set in to the extent that he could not stand on his feet. So immediately it was attacked with the paralysis. Whereas, partially, like part of the body would not function. So it got affected immediately. The Bruno, it got affected. Paralyzed is like functioning will not be there. So it was unable to stand on its own feet also. But he dragged himself on his stumps to my wife. So to whom did he go? On his stumps, in the sense kneeling down, somehow like crawling, the baby crawls, same way it started moving, and immediately it went to our narrator's wife, who called me. Immediately, as soon as narrator's wife could notice that something went very wrong with Bruno, immediately she called her husband. I guessed what had happened. Then immediately he could understand that, oh my God, something might have gone very wrong. Off I rushed in the car to the vet's residence. Immediately Bruno was taken to the veterinary doctor. So immediately he took Bruno to veterinary doctor's residence at his home. A case of poisoning. Then immediately he called the case as the veterinary doctor called it as food poisoning. We call it yes, case of poisoning. Chambered, barium carbonate, what to do? The doctor was just thinking, because as soon as we take the patient to the doctor would definitely ask that what exactly happened, how it happened, and what are all the symptoms noticed as soon as it consumes. So then many questions in the mind of the doctor. So out came his medical books. Then immediately doctor had to refer to his medical book, because usually these kind of things won't happen, because all these poisonous things and all, they are not kept in the reach of the young children and the animals any of the time. So it shows the narrator's carelessness, of course, for which it has become the victim here. Then immediately he referred to the book. Then feverish reference to index began. What poison did you say, sir? Then the doctor asked, he was referring to the book immediately to confirm what poison exactly it consumed. He asked again. Then immediately our narrator replied saying that it's barium carbonate. Yes, then he was just going through the books, barium carbonate. You search for the word and all, here. Similarly, he just searched into barium carbonate. Symptoms, paralysis, treatment, injections of so and so. Immediately said yes, the result is if any animal consumes this kind of barium carbonate, which is a poison, the immediate complication or the symptom seen is paralysis. So yes, now your bear has got the same thing. So now the treatment is only the injection. Just a minute, sir. I will bring my syringe and the medicine. So please give me a minute. I'll just get the syringe and also the medicine, and we shall inject it. I dashed back to the car, Bruno still floundering about on his stumps, but clearly weakening rapidly, some vomiting, heavy breathing with heaving flanks and gaping mouth. So these are all, the complications raised as soon as it was being taken to the doctor, because it was too long by the time the doctor could refer to the book and all. So whenever a patient is in an emergency condition, immediate medication needed to be given. But it's an unimaginable situation for the doctor even, whereas consuming poison, something that too by the animal is something strange he felt, and by the time he could refer, it was a bit late. Then you can see all these symptoms, as soon as the doctor and the narrator, they reached the car, they could see Bruno still floundering, in the sense struggling to move, because it was unable to stand on its feet, right? So it was just struggling to move even, and clearly narrator could see that it was becoming weaker and weaker. It was becoming more weak. It was becoming just weak and more weak it was looking, Then it started vomiting and also heavy breathing. It started vomiting out and also heavy breathing. whenever, like, maybe it was unable to tolerate the discomfort which is caused due to the consumption of the poison. Then with heaving flanks is nothing but, when somebody takes like heavy breathing and all, no, you will see the part between the ribs and your lower part of your body, moving. When you take a heavy breath, then automatically your whole body would move, tremble. So the same thing happened, this heavily flanking and gaping mouth, as it was unable to breathe with its nostrils and it had to open its mouth wide open. It opened its mouth very wide. So all this, so narrative was also very like, he was so anxious and he was so worried by looking at. Then hold him, everybody. The doctor said, hold him, please catch him. In goes the hypodermic Bruno squeals. Then he says that I need to inject the medicine immediately. Please hold him. Because the animals, they would not usually permit a stranger to touch them, and especially the doctors, veterinary doctors, definitely not. Because they know that, yes, they are going to give them the injections. But here doctor says that, come on, it's an emergency case and I need to inject the medicine immediately. Please hold. And Bruno squeals. It started crying very loud. It started crying very loud. 10 cc, that is the dosage of the injection of the antidote. So it is an antibiotic kind of a thing, to subside the effect of the poison in the body of the young sloth bear. Enters his system without a drop being wasted. So the whole of the medicine is injected into the body of Bruno. 10 minutes later, condition unchanged. So after 10 minutes, they just thought of looking at it whether there may be any change in his condition. But there was no change in his condition, no development, no progress at all. Then another 10 cc injected. So doctor again injected another 10 cc dosage of the same medicine into its body. After 10 minutes, breathing less stertorous. Stertorous is noisy breathing, as if it is snoring. So, after 10 minutes of the second dosage also, there was not big change in it, but it started making sound while it was inhaling, or it was taking breathe, like as if but somebody snores, while sleeping people snore. So that kind of a sound it was making. And Bruno can move his arms, but the good development is could just move a little bit of its arms here and there, and legs a little, legs and arms it started moving. Although he cannot stand yet, so it doesn't mean that it could stand on its feet, but it started at least moving because legs were paralyzed, right? Then 30 minutes later, after half an hour, Bruno gets up and has a great feed. As soon as immediately after half an hour of time, immediately it got up and it stood on its legs. And what did it do, children? Its favorite act is to eat. So immediately it started eating something. He looks at us disdainfully. Please underline this word, children, because animals do not know sometimes, children. Whenever the animals are taken to the doctor, and especially whenever we allow them to have any vaccinations or injections, only to their well-being we want all these things to be done, right? Sometimes animals may not understand. So even here the baby sloth bear did not understand that why was it taken to the doctor and why was it being pricked and pierced with a needle of the injection. Then it looked at the narrator disdainfully, in the sense why did you do this kind of unfair act to me? Why did you bring me here to the doctor? Why did you do this? So disdainful is a wonderful word where you feel a lot of pain when you experience from the one whom you love the most. Right, children? So the same way it looked at. But as much as to say, so it says as it cannot speak, right? But the way it looked at, narrator felt so that it was trying to say, it was trying to convey that what's barium carbonate to a big black bear like me? So what would this silly poison would do to such a big bear, such a black, healthy bear like me? Bruno is still eating. So as soon as it looked at the narrator, he felt that Bruno is feeling that it is so strong, and what is this ordinary barium carbonate would do to this sloth bear. So let's continue in the next session from 11th paragraph, children. So before we close and we end up, just let's sum up. So as the sloth bear was gifted to his wife, she immediately named the sloth bear as Bruno, because she could realize that it was a boy bear, right? Then the way it had started doing all the things, eating, drinking, the list, funny list is given about the drinks and all. Then an unfortunate incident is like consuming the poison. Immediately it was taken to the doctor, and doctor had to inject two injections he had to give him. Then finally after half an hour of time it was all right, and as soon as it was all right, immediately started eating. But it looked at the narrator saying, why did you bring me? Don't you know my strength? What would this silly poison do to me? I would have not bothered. So that's the way it looked at the narrator. So let's see what happens and what more funny things may we come to know. We'll see. So please do attempt all the questions in the worksheet, children. Let's meet in the next session. Vijaya signing off. Bye bye.